welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, we're gonna build one of these. You guys chose this car. Well done, you. I was really hoping that you'd go for this one because after I did the unboxing of it, I was like, oh, I've got to build it. But I have the Avanti Mark II, was a very close second. Over on Patreon, it was a draw, but on the YouTube poll, this is the car that zoomed ahead. When I put the two together, this one still won. So today we're going to build this. And now I'm hoping I can build it, paint it, run it, all in this episode. Fingers crossed. It doesn't look that difficult to paint, and the body's already cut out, so that's a big chunk. There's only one colour as well, so that saves me a large amount of time masking up and things like that. I think I've just got to put the window decals in and then blow it over in red. Oh, have I got any red? Ooh. Red. Oh, I think we're good. PS2. Have I got another one? We're good. It's nothing like being prepared. So we can actually, yeah, this is the professional quality service of production that you've come used to. Right, so it looks like we can do this project. I know it comes with the bearings, so that's great, and I've got a few Kyosho motors floating around, and I think I've got enough electronics as well. So I'm going to do the magic clap, and I'll be right back. Oh, look at it. Oh, isn't it good? Oh, stunning. This is the plastic parts. That. All the rest are beautiful bits of metal, and look at it, look. Oh, it's just stunning. And you get a bag that says plastic bag on it. I mean, what more do you want? And you even get a little tiny spare parts bag in case you fling stuff around and you can't find it. Now, I could never imagine why anyone would ever need that. Yeah, anyway, it's great to have, and I'm going to savour this one. I really am. It's absolutely, oh, it's so good. Look at these pieces of metal. Oh. Kyosho, I take my hat off to you. Your legendary stuff, yes, it's not cheap and cheerful, but oh, the quality of the kits is just stunning. You get your bearings, you even get your Loctite thrown in, and your, beautiful pieces of machine metal and the layout. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And what you end up with the end is a stunning looking retro buggy as well. No, I'm not sponsored by Kyosho, but the more I get into it, the more I love their stuff. Right, let's crack on. Manual. Must be in the box. Right, let's crack on and get page 1 going. Right, got the manual. Let's have a look. So first of all, you start off with all the parts pages, very different. Right, page 8, number 1, open bag A, done. And start with these beauties. Right, let's crack on and get it done. Okay, so I finished bag A. Basically, it was the main chassis and the front brace and the steering at the beginning. Nothing super difficult about that. The only thing you have to pay attention to is to make sure you leave a little bit of clearance so that this steering runs free. If you do this up a little bit tight, it will crimp and hold it. It says in the manual to leave 0.5 millimeters. So you want it nice and sloppy and free. That was the only thing to be careful of, and it asks you to set the pin to be at that angle in step 2. Apart from that, nothing super difficult. Getting the split pin on the top of the servo saver. It's a little bit difficult, so you got to push down and then clip it. But nothing that you probably haven't done 1,000 times before. So now we open up bag B. So we just finished page 11 and now we're going to open bag C. I've put the Le Mans 490 motor in, just like it says. Nothing super special about that at all. I do like this sort of chrome bit that makes it look more engine-like. It says to put the screws in carefully, don't go too tight, otherwise you might crack it. I wonder if someone does a machined one of those in metal. That would be really beautiful to see. Next we've got to put the sort of protection bar system around what looks like the engine. I'm going to run this in the garden. I'm not going to blast it around, so the 490 motor is perfectly acceptable in this car. Right, so we'll carry on, open bag C, and then just keep chugging through the build. Oh, I'm enjoying every minute of it. Brilliant. Okay, so I've just filled up the shocks with oil. The shocks are made for you already, they're already put together. So basically you just unscrew it, remove the piston, and you fill it up. And then you put the piston back in, so it's kind of the other way around to taking the top off the Tamiya ones and filling them up. So slightly different, but no, I wouldn't say it's any harder. The tool they give you as that sits over it to turn, it didn't really fit over very well on mine. It did work, but I thought it would slip right over and then you just rotate it, but it kind of sat on it. I don't know whether because they've coated this, it actually, the tolerance is very small. But I still managed to get it to work, so there's no problem on that front. I've put the motor onto the chassis. It's looking very long at the moment, but it's because obviously there's nothing else on it. Now we move on to page 13, number 12, which is the arms. So that's next. Loving every minute of it. These tyres are absolutely gorgeous. Oh, they're lovely and soft. Oh, sorry about that, get a bit carried away. Yeah, really nice, like those. So the quality of this kit is beautiful. I'd like to see this in metal, the surround, and I don't know whether it's possible to actually get that in metal, but I'll have a look. As well as the engine top in metal would be really nice. But yeah, lovely. Right, let's carry on with number 12. So I've just finished off page 18, number 23. Oh, this kit is so good. Oh, it's beautiful. There's hardly any plastic on it. I'm surprised they did this hoop in metal, that they didn't go and do this. But then I guess there's a certain price they've got to work to. But it's absolutely beautiful. I've got to adjust the steering to make it... they're a bit all over the place, but that's just adjusting the arms, so it's no big deal. No mistakes really so far that I can remember. I did put these two plates upside down. Don't ask me why, but that was just two screws to undo it and swap it over. These two screws that stick up, that is correct. I'm guessing later on, yes, it becomes part of something else. Next, right, what do we do next? Now we move on to page 19. Putting the servo in, which is 24, and this servo plate of some sort goes in there. So that's the next thing to do. So let's carry on. Okay, so we're finally getting there. I've just put the top deck in. Servo went straight in, no problems at all with that. The only thing that's a little bit strange is there's a little bit of cut-out plastic here that it says to slide in, which it does, but it's got this weird kind of use a bit of tape thing, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. And like double-sided tape fold over. So what I've done is I've just put a little bit of tape underneath. I guess it's just to hold it in place. But being that once you put the electronic speed controller in there, you're not going to be pressing down on it, and that's not going to fall out like that. So That's pretty cool. So next we need to put the electronics in it. Now I'm just using whatever I've got lying around because I want this to be a driver car so that it fully functions, but I'm not going to be blasting it constantly. It's just going to be zooming around the garden on the grass. So I'm using what I've got. Now the 25 kg servo is a bit overkill, but I've got them and they're dirt cheap from Banggood, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to go for a Fly Sky receiver, and I've got a Tamiya standard brushless electronic speed controller, which will do. Yes, I know it's sacrilege putting a Tamiya thing inside a Kyosho, but it's good enough. And the Kyosho electronic speed controller is quite expensive, which I might swap out. I have actually got one, but that's going in a different car. So anyway, let's keep going. So there you go, I just finished off all the electronics. The car fully works now. I haven't set the endpoints and I haven't trued up the steering. As you can see, it's a little bit off. But I just put the body on to see if it all lined up and everything like that, because the body is where I'm going to focus on next. Now, no problems at all with the electronics and getting things in the car. The one problem that I do have is that the driver clips into the car and the electronics need to be underneath. Now, you've got quite a nice area to put your electronic speed controller and your receiver, but you don't have a lot of height. And that's my problem, is that I'm running the Tamiya and it's a bit of a chunky old girl, and it has a heatsink on the top, which makes it even worse. So I cannot run the driver with that. And the problem is that you want to leave all the windows out and you want to have it open and you want to see the driver. So for that reason, I'm going to have to change the electronic speed controller in this car to something that's got a little bit of a thinner stature. So that's the plan. So I'll go online later on and I'll see if I can find one of those. But the car is fully working as it is. What did I think of the build so far? Probably one of my favorite entry, easy builds. It's even nicer than the Turbo Optima, because the Turbo Optima is four-wheel drive, there's chains and it's a little bit more complicated. This is as simple as it comes. And I can highly recommend this if you're a novice and you want to build one of these cars. Now, the problem is that you probably won't stumble across one of these because they've become very limited and they're hard to find now. But if you have the opportunity to build this and you're looking to get into doing a two-wheel drive car for the first time, oh, this car is amazing. No hassles whatsoever. Everything lines up. Every bolt and screw is exactly where it needs to be. There's no bend it and put the screw in. You get none of that. It all just clips together like a nice watch. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to look and see if there's a few little metal upgrades, especially for the bar at the back, because the rest of the car is so nice that I think it deserves it, but I don't know if they're available or not. Right, next, let's paint up the body. Okay, so I finished up painting up the body. I stuck with the PS2. I did about 5 coats of PS2 in the end. I had one problem where I had a fisheye right at the front. So I went back in, I stopped painting, I went back in, I removed the fisheye with the Tamiya polycarbonate cleaner, and then I blew it back in again and that sorted it out. So if you have fish eyes, you don't have to just keep spraying over the top. You're better off just stopping, cleaning it and then carrying on. So apart from that, the rest of it went on fine. After about 4 coats of red or 5 coats of red, I can't remember now, I did 2 coats of white and then I did 2 coats of black to keep the red. I didn't want it to darken down. So completely happy with that. Took all the window masks off. Now this kit comes with the stickers for the windows and the surrounds. So you don't have to be super perfect with the edges. But the stickers you get with the kit work fine. I did find that the sticker that goes on the front windscreen was way too big, so I didn't bother using that one and I made my own. and I'm happy with it. No problems with that at all. There is actually a silver sticker that goes across the top, which I guess is going to hide this one, but I'm not going to put that on because I don't like it. And I've seen people commenting saying you get air bubbles and things like that in it, so I don't think it needs it. Next, I've got to, luckily all the stickers have been cut out for you. Yay. So I've just got to peel off and put all the stickers on. I painted the body up. I did the center section yellow and then the rest black. You actually get like stickers to go over the driver, and these sections are all done in carbon, but they don't go all the way to the bottom. So if you do it in black, you won't see this join line. And then you have the seat belts and everything that goes over the top. I learned that from when I did my Turbo Optima. I thought the stickers would go all the way down to the edge, but they don't. So you've got to actually do that, otherwise the yellow shines through at the bottom section. I've also done the helmet, which I've done it in blue on this one, and I didn't bother doing the face because you get a sticker that goes over the visor, which I'm going to put the visor on this one because I'm being a bit lazy today. So that's the plan. So he's got a yellow and blue, and then the car's red, so lots of bright colours. Right, let's get the stickers on and then I'll be right back. So there you go, all finished. A few other things that I've done. And it's so beautiful with all the metal work and things like that, that the protection bars at the back are in plastic. But I've managed to find some metal ones and I've purchased them, and they're coming as well. So when I get those, I'll swap them over because the kit is just so beautiful. And I thought it'd be worth lifting it a little bit more, so I went with those. They were quite expensive for what they are, but you can see quite a lot of it around the back. So I thought, hey, why not? So I did that. Also, you have lots of options of how you want to have the lights. You can have the lights like this. You can have this extra protection plate and things like that. And then you can also have this section in like a metallic sticker as well. But I went with the basic as it is on the box, really. This is not going to get driven that much, so I'm not too worried about ripping the lights off. But if I was racing it, I would probably take the lights off completely. Only problem I had was the front sticker. This front arrow sticker that you see here. It's got to be perfectly aligned, which is super difficult. So unfortunately I had to lift it once and put it down again, so I've got a few air bubbles. I might try and see if I can get them out with the scalpel and the pin and the hairdryer and things like that, but now it's lined up and it's crucial. So when you're putting this on, really take your time. I probably would try, if I was going to do it again, I would use the water technique. Because it's cut out already, I'd probably use the washing up liquid and move it into place. That way you won't get so many air bubbles. All the others came out fine. It was just this one along the front there, trying to be a perfectionist. Another thing I'd probably do, I'm not having too much luck getting these black stickers to stick. They're the bar stickers. So if your skill is high enough and you've got the patience, I would probably go back and I would paint these in black. Personally, I may even get to the point where I take them off, because when I masked off the red, I actually got the lines pretty decent, so I could just have red bars and it would be fine. But they seem to be lifting a little bit and they didn't really line up that well either, so I would probably go without the black bars. So if you're going to build this, that would be my recommendation from that point of view. So no issues at all from that. I have seen that you can get some aluminium collars instead of the plastic ones, which I may do as well. Just another little sprinkling, but they are quite expensive for what they are, so I probably won't bother. Right, all that's left now is to take it for a spin. So let's go out of the studio and blast it around the garden. So what do you think? Big fan. I actually like it more now than I did before I bought it. Building it was lovely, absolutely enjoyable process that wasn't that challenging, and in person it's better looking than you think it is. And it was a good looking buggy when you actually look at the pictures online. So I could highly recommend it. If you can find one, go for it. Pull the trigger, definitely. If you're thinking about trying a Kyosho for the first time and you're a Tamiya fan, give this a go. I could highly recommend it. Anyway, thanks very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like to support the channel, head over to the Patreon. I'll put a link at the bottom here. Or go over to Facebook. We have a Facebook group where everyone's chatting and things like that. I'll put a link below. Yeah, another one done. Right, what's next? You'll find out soon. See you soon. Bye-bye. Check out one of these RC Kicks videos for some more RC fun.